Slimehouse TV, myself Theo Kane, hope everybody is good. Hold tight to Slime Alliance and the Slime Renegades over on Patreon and everybody else that's supporting. Today I'm doing a little impromptu video, another one. I dropped a little impromptu video on Friday and I really don't have time to be doing these kind of things because at the minute I'm working on this big Resident Evil Toy Biz documentary that I want to drop at the end of the month. This is why I'm wearing gloves today, because I've got paint on my hands and shit. I'm currently like painting a whole diorama and I don't want to get paint on any of the things that I'm going to be taking out of this box today, getting like rub marks, dirty handprints on them and things like that. Anyway, I've got today to open something from Shebang Toys. Shebang, is it called Shebang Toys? What are they called? The Whole Shebang, and The Whole Shebang was a company that I saw posted around the Ninja Turtles groups and stuff that they were getting some of the new American releases over, and yeah, I pre-ordered them because I saw, yeah man, these guys have got what I want. So today I've got the box delivered, it just arrived, and that's why, like I said, I haven't really got time to be doing this kind of thing, but when this thing arrives, it feels like a wasted opportunity not to open it on camera, and I'm excited to talk about it and talk about these things. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's open up this box and see what's inside. Now I know I say let's open this box and see what's inside like you haven't read the title of the video and seen the thumbnail that I've created, but yeah, inside here I've got some Ninja Turtles that I've never had before. I've never had these. I never had them as a kid or anything like that. Funnily enough, I've always found like their loose weapons when I've bought lots and hauls and things. I've always come across a lot of loose weapons, but I've never actually had these in person myself. I've seen them lots of times, but I've never actually owned them. So this is the first time I've ever owned them. Okay, let's see what we've got first. So these are the Ninja Turtles Storage Shell Remake figures. They're old Remake Playmates figures of the storage shells. Like I said, never had these Ninja Turtles before. Never had them. Never had them in hand. But I love how they look. I think that these are the best looking Ninja Turtles in the retro series that they ever made. There was lots of cool ones, but they never looked better than they did when they made the storage shell figures. And when I opened that party wagon a few weeks ago, I said that I really wanted to get a set of these, and I was hoping that they were going to land in March in England, and I wasn't wrong. So, who have we got first? Man like Leonardo. And look how awesome they look, man. Like, my favourite kind of new toys to collect, even though I don't really collect new toys, I do pick up the odd one, as you know, but my favourite ones that I always like to try and always support and pick up are when they do what would you call them, remastered figures of original ones. Remakes, not a remaster. A remaster would be a resculpt and stuff like that. Like a reproduction from the exact molds in the exact same colours or as close as they can get them. And this to me is absolutely fantastic. So he comes with like a pair of knuckle dusters. He's got his ninjutsu swords there. He's got a throwing pizza disc. He's got some shuriken throwing stars, and then also like an armadillo looking club. Poor little armadillo's about to get smashed into the face of Rat King. But look at the faces on them compared to the old Ninja Turtles. I'll do like a little bit of a comparison shot before I put this video out when I do the final edit. Look how cool those teeth look, and they've got the white eyes, they've got a bit of gum showing, and the sculpts are just perfect. And they've also got the full coloured bandanas, so they've got the bandanas, the arm pads and the belts all the same colour as their individual Ninja Turtles. They've got all the original artwork there, exactly how these would have been packaged back in the late 80s and the early 90s when all these figures were coming out from Playmates. And yeah, just a fantastic piece. So we've got Leonardo first, let's see who's next. Next up we got... Also at the minute I'm surrounded by junk and boxes and paper and things because I'm building this big diorama set for this Resident Evil video that I've not mentioned once. But if you follow me on Patreon, you'll see the pictures that I've been putting up of the whole like street diorama alleyway that I've been creating for it. So my bedroom's my toy room is a bit messy at the minute because there's just boxes and stuff everywhere, and I always like to keep this place in order. But it's like a working room. This is not just a toy display room. To me, this is my office and my studio. So yeah, there's junk all over at the minute if it looks a bit messy behind me. So next up we've got Raph. Many people's favourite turtle, Raphael, and this is what's also really cool about these, because look at the difference in expressions on their faces. Even though they all still look unified, they still look like they're the same team, the same creature, the same breed of mutant. They've just got a slightly different expression, a different kind of grimace. I don't like it when they start making the Ninja Turtles look too different, like one a bit more chunky and one a bit more skinny, or one with a scar and one with like a goofy tooth or a broken tooth. I'm not into that. I feel like they should all look very similar, like quadruplets, or whatever you want to call them. Like, they're the same breed of mutant, but just slight differences so we can see them apart. And not scars, not goggles on their head and glasses and all that kind of stuff. I'm not into that. I like them to look all very, very similar, but just a little bit of a different grimace in their expression, and these are perfect for that. Another reason why I think these are the best Ninja Turtles out of all of the retro line. So Raph comes with like a flail. He's got like a ball and chain flail, which is a puffer fish, which is so Playmates. This is such a mutant Playmates sculpt that the weapons are even like little mutant creatures. But yeah, poor little bastard. He's also got a boomerang, another thing that I've had so many times in loose holes, but never had these figures in their entirety. Shurikens again. He's got his side daggers, and then he's also got an axe, like a nice little Viking medieval-looking axe there, Viking/medieval. And again, these are called storage shells because all this stuff fits inside their shell. And what I also really like about them is that they don't have like really bulked-up shells like some figures, some Ninja Turtles that came later had like slightly bigger proportions and stuff because they had to transform and stuff, like the Transmutations figures. But these very much don't. The Turtles, if you didn't know that they were storage shells, you never pulled the shell off the back, proportion-wise, they wouldn't look any different to any of the other figures in the series, and that's what I like, when everything feels unified. Next up, who have we got? We got Mikey. Mikey's looking nice. Again, we've got a different expression on his face, showing a bit of gum. And still to this day, when I draw crazy mutant characters and characters with big angry expressions, I'm currently doing something at the minute for a really cool toy company, which I'll post on my Instagram, some artwork, like later on in the year when I'm allowed to post it and stuff. But I always like to do a bit of that gum as a little bit of a throwback to Ninja Turtles, but also because I'm just so... This is just so embedded in my psyche and in my DNA that I couldn't not do that, even if I didn't want to, because it's just how you draw angry mutant creatures, right? He comes again with the throwing pizza. He's got something that looks like a torch or a fleshlight or a fucking plunger, whatever you want to go with. Probably not a fleshlight because it's a fucking kid's toy. But yeah, maybe that's a torch. It might say on the back what it is. He's got his nunchucks, and again, he's got a pair of shurikens. And again, comparing his face to the other ones, he's got a very different expression, a very different grimace, but still feels like one of the Ninja Turtles, and that's what we want. That's what I want anyway. So he packs nunchucks and his flashlight, not a fleshlight. A flashlight. A flashlight and a fleshlight are two very, very different things. Wicked. So we got the last one, which obviously is going to be the Donster, man like Donatello, the brains of the bunch. Another wicked figure. And again, I know I talked about this on all the figures, but the expression is so different. Still feels like a Ninja Turtle. And you'd be surprised how hard that is when you've got a character that's so simple. Like, such a simple style is the Ninja Turtles' face. But to make them all have their own slight grimace and feel very different, but still feel unified, like they're the same breed of mutant. Like, it's not an easy thing to do. Coming from somebody that draws and sculpts and designs is a full-time job, like I'm telling you. It's not easy what they've done here, but they've absolutely nailed it. So weapons-wise, he's got a knife that's made out of a dead fish by the look of it. Again, very, very fucking Playmates. Macabre, weird, mutant, gross-out shit. We love that. He's again got a little axe. Looks a bit like a Native American tomahawk-looking thing. He's got Dennis the Menace-style slingshot there, a catapult. He's got his bow staff, a throwing pizza like the other ones had, and again, a pair of shurikens. So, all in all, what I'm seeing from these figures, they've absolutely nailed it. The artwork is the same. They feel the same. They don't quite smell old, but what you're going to do... I'm a smeller when I get new toys. I like to smell them and see if they smell nostalgic. When I open like new McFarlane figures and stuff, I always give them a smell because they have a certain type of smell to the plastic. And maybe if I open these up, they'd smell like the old toys that I got as a kid. But yeah, other than that, I don't know why we're talking about smelling. Other than that, these are all absolutely fantastic. And we can look at all the artwork on the back. They've got the 4 turtles there, all with how their weapons all individually fit inside their storage shell like a little weapons rack. And like I said, the fact that these don't have big bulky shells on the back is really impressive, because you would expect them to have like a big Mighty Max like clasp on the back of their shell in order to fit all the stuff in, but they haven't. They've got them so they're all engineered to fit in perfectly, and I love that. When I've got all my Ninja Turtles on the shelf displayed, I don't want one to have a real big back so he's like pressing off the shelf and he doesn't look unified. I'm just a little bit like particular like that when it comes to my collecting. So in terms of opening them, I'm not going to open these anytime soon. I'm not going to open them today. I think they look really nice on the card. Maybe if down the line I find another set cheap somewhere like in a B&M Bargains or something, then I'll get a set and I'll have an open set and a closed set. But I really like these on the card. They look perfect. And if you're in the market for a set of original 4 storage shell Ninja Turtles, you couldn't ask for a better reproduction of them. So I got these from the whole shebang. That was just a website that I saw posted up on some Ninja Turtles groups on Facebook. I pre-ordered these a while ago and they arrived today. And yeah, they came really quick. As soon as I got the email to say it's the 13th of March, they're now out. We're sending them out today. They arrived the next day or the day after. It's the 15th of March today. So they arrived a day or so after. I also hear that these are in Smiths at the minute. You can actually go into Smiths and buy these, which I didn't think you would be able to, and that's why I didn't take the risk and I pre-ordered them from the whole shebang. But they wasn't expensive. These were like £13 each. And as my friend Slacky would say, you can't make them for that. So £13 each, an absolute bargain. There's no excuse not to pick up a set for your collection if you're wanting a set. And yeah, I would much rather pick these up than buy an original set where they're trying to charge me like 100 quid a figure on card or more, or whatever people are trying to charge for Playmates figures now. So yeah, really, really nice. Really quick impromptu video today. Like I said, I've got to get back to the video that I'm supposed to be currently working on. I'm also dropping a Dragon Ball Z episode tonight as well. So yeah, so much to do, but I wanted to talk about these because I was excited about them. So what do you think of these new storage shell remakes? Do you like them? Do you want some for your collection? Are you a guy that just wants the old ones and you're not bothered about these repros? Do you like repros? Some people love them. I love reproduction toys. Some people don't. Some people think that it takes the shine away from the original ones that people's gone out and spent a long time hunting down. And yeah, I understand that, but for me, I'm just happy to get them. If I could get all my old Holy Grail figures in this reproduction form, then I would be more than happy. When are they going to release a Scratch and a Hotspot? That's what I want to know. When are they going to release all these other rarer Ninja Turtles? I would love to get all of the old Playmates Ninja Turtles in this reproduction form, because it means that I ain't going to stress myself going out trying to find individual weapons and things. Do you know what I mean? I'm 35 years old. I'm getting older. I don't want to be spending the rest of my life hunting down little tiny daggers and knives for figures and overpaying for them, especially with what prices people are trying to put on stuff nowadays. If I can just go to Smiths or the whole shebang and just pick up a whole set real nice and cheap. So I'm rambling, but without further ado, I hope you enjoyed this video today. If this is your first time here, my name's Theo Kane. This is Slimehouse TV. Go back and binge the back catalogue if you enjoy this kind of content. Like I said, I've got some real good stuff coming out, including this big Resident Evil Toy Biz video that I'm working on at the minute that I want to try and get dropped for the end of the month when the new Resident Evil 4 game comes out. So I'm really powering through to try and hit that deadline. So I'm gonna get off. Don't forget to sign up to the Patreon if you want more of this kind of stuff and some exclusive content. Like I said, I've been putting exclusive like preview images of this diorama that I'm making on there as well, and I also drop videos 2 weeks in advance over on Patreon a lot of the time as well. So there's the Patreon. Follow me on Instagram if you want to hit me up, but you don't want to comment down below. And yeah, like I said, I'm rambling, but I've got so much to do today, so my brain's just going 100 miles an hour. But I hope you like the Ninja Turtles, and yeah, let me know what you think of them and if you're going to pick up a set. In the meantime, I'm Theo Kane, this is Slimehouse TV, and I'm gone. Pow!